Tape marker. Action.
The Ted Lasso welcome wagon has arrived.
What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D, aka Ryan 680.
And this is Lex.
Lex, what's going on over there, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm recovering from a little bit of sickness, but I'm doing good.
Awesome. Hopefully doing better, man. I mean, you said you're doing good, so I'm happy for that. We're living in crazy times, man. Crazy times indeed, brother. But let's get right to on a brighter side of things, guys. We're talking about Ted Lasso. I'm so excited. One of our favorite series, right, Lex? I would say one of our, this is like, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. It's like getting close to top 5, man, of my series of all time, and it's getting there, dude. It's getting there. It's rising up the bar here. We're talking about episode 3 and 4, guys. We are gonna talk about our review at the very beginning of the show, guys. So this show is how it's gonna work. It's gonna go very beginning of the show. We're gonna talk about non-spoilers, and then at the end of the show, we will mention at the very end of the show spoilers. We'll mention it. Okay. All right. So let's get right to it, man. Let's talk about episode 3, Do the Rightest Thing. You know, this episode was truly different. Yeah. And what I mean by different, we see a different Ted Lasso in here, or which we'll talk about. The other guy, which we'll talk about. We see a lot of different awkward conversations happen here. TMI, too much information here. I love how casual everyone is. It's so weird. It's almost to where, and correct me if I'm wrong, but even the last few episodes of season 1, this one, it just feels like it altogether just feels like a family, you know? It's just like you could talk about anything around each other: sex, love interest, personal problems, relationship goals, relationship problems, anything. It just feels like, it just feels so casual. That's why I love this show so much, because it feels like it's home. It feels like it's just all about family and everything and all that stuff. So right out the bat though, man, Jason, man, he is just a pure, kind heart person, man. I can't get enough of it, man. What'd you think of this episode 3, man? I mean,
this is one of my favorite episodes, just altogether so far, because I mean, the theme of the episode, as the title suggests, is about doing the right thing, and I think, I mean, that's part of Ted Lasso's DNA anyways. This episode has just different elements of how to do that, how to do the right thing even in the toughest scenarios. And then the element of fun, right? Like you said, it highlights how everyone is a family. And I think, to an extent, season 1 kind of left in that, but not to this degree. Like this season is showing us, a few months have passed by and the bond is a lot stronger. Even to the sense, like in this episode, we do have a new like guest character, and that guest character almost like is us as the audience, in the sense that you immediately fall in love with what's going on here, because everyone is so close together and it's a nice environment to be in. And when you think about some of these characters, actually all of these characters in this environment that is the football club, this is their job, right? So just think about that. Think about having an environment like this every single day you're going to work. Like, that's awesome. So it was really nice to see, and once again, a lot of fun in this episode.
Definitely, man. It's just, if my work was just like that, it'll be hard to leave from. Definitely. It definitely would be. It's just the environment, the atmosphere. It's so inviting. It's so encouraging, so inviting. I just love Jason Sudeikis in here. He just does his pure talent self. We'll mention certain details about this episode in our spoilers review, but I just, one thing I would say, we're seeing a different Nathan in here, I would say. Yeah, dude, sure. Very different. I don't like Nathan. I don't like it. It's very annoying. And we'll talk about more details of, once again, we'll talk about it in spoilers, because we can't mention too much right here, right, guys? Because if you have not seen it yet. But I don't like Nathan. I'll say that right off the bat, with the very beginning of this episode. I do not like Nathan, okay? And there's reasons for it, guys. So stay tuned. Watch this episode coming out this coming Friday. This episode will be released on Thursday, so you guys will see this on Friday. So once again, though, it's one of those things to where either you've seen it so many times when individuals judge other people, and it's not encouraging. It's just judgment and all that stuff. And I feel that way towards that. But we'll see it more often. We'll see how well this character really progress here. And it's very different, man. It's a very different characters. I feel like we're seeing different characters develop into different individuals, man. I know a character developing to a new character. It's funny how we see them season 1, and they're changing completely different in a sense to where like most of them is good. I would say like 95%, probably 90% are positive, and then we get the little percentage that is very definitely very different, man.
Yeah, I think it's just it's the show's being to an extent kind of real about what happens, right? Like
Exactly.
no one is just good, just the same way no one is just bad.
Yeah.
So with Nathan, when we saw him in season 1, right, you felt pity and you felt
You
bad.
felt sorry for him.
And
Yeah.
and so when you saw him triumph, like it was a great thing to see, and you celebrate as an audience member. But that's not all there is to a person, right? So I think this season is just exploring certain levels of what happens when someone who never got recognition starts getting recognition, and what happens when what happens when this person's newfound like family is threatened, right? Because in this episode there is someone that comes back into the fold with Ted Lasso
Definitely.
and the crew, and so there's a threat
Which
to that.
Jamie,
And
we saw in the episode 2. So Jamie does come back, and we don't see the repercussions of that until this very episode, which we will talk. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go diabolical. It's almost to a sense that like you already said, the repercussions of your past actions. They're coming back to bite you in the ass. They really are. And you see that a lot in this episode. You see that Jamie. Again, let's talk about that because they did reveal the answer last episode. Were you okay with Ted bringing in Jamie back? Yes or no?
Initially, no, but
Okay, yeah, same here. Yeah,
but like I mean, I thought about it more, and I mean, I can see why he did it, but yeah, initially I felt like he shouldn't have.
I did not think he was gonna do it though. I'll be honest with you. I did not think
Well,
he
yeah,
was gonna.
same.
No, I literally thought he was just gonna not necessarily fade away as a character, but I just feel like he was gonna do something else or try to like get back at him for saying no. I feel like he was gonna try to join like another underground team where like or what do you call a rival team. That's why I thought that was gonna happen in that episode, but that really did not happen. Obviously, things twisted around. Ted took him back in, which we saw in the last episode. So now we're seeing the repercussions of that. And by God, it's just once again, it just feels so casual, it feels so natural, it feels so true. And here's the thing that I love about Ted Lasso: he really shows his truth. He really shows how truthful he is through his eyes, through his emotions. I mean, I just love that about him, man. I love that about this character so much.
Yeah,
I really do.
No, yeah, the character. I mean, it's just once again, it's hard to hate a character like this.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then Roy Kent. Oh my God, Roy Kent. What, dude? I just love this guy. Okay, look. Oh, it's like Jason Sudeikis, Roy Kent, and then Roy Kent's girlfriend. My wife loves his girlfriend. It's just like it's so much. It's so fun seeing them together. I couldn't pick a better fit. Because I mean, season 1, you're just like Roy's girlfriend. She's like you feel sorry for her because she has to deal with Jamie, in season 1 and everything. So like, it's just one of those situations to where like and it's just one of those situations to where like, where do you expect this character to really go? I didn't expect it to care as much as I thought. I thought she was gonna fade away or something. I thought she was gonna be one of the characters they're gonna try to like write off in a sense.
Yeah.
Juno Temple. So like, I kind of feel like that was gonna happen in season 1. But then to say, if you were to tell me episode 1 that she was gonna be a crucial character, I would be like BS, BS.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't feel that way, And once again, you talked about it, you already mentioned it. It feels so much like family. I love how it mentions about family, and it just feels like a very casual and clean environment. So let's go to ratings, Lex. Ratings 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. When you give episode 3?
I think this was a 10 for me. Once again, it's one of my favorite.
Wow,
It's one of my favorite
yeah.
episodes, especially because of the theme. Like, I don't think we covered it, but I think Sam has a really good story in this particular
Yes.
episode.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
We'll talk about that. So there is a Sam issue with a sponsorship, which shows a very strong message. Something we're somewhat dealing with, not currently, but we've dealt with in the past, of course, when it comes to athletes and sponsorships and all that, and what corporations have done and all that stuff. But we'll talk about that in the spoilers. Good thing you
yeah,
mention that mention. We'll get more into detail on that on our
yeah.
spoilers review at the very end of this episode.
And
But yeah,
Sam is one of my favorite characters. So I think he
yeah, I
was
like
definitely
Sam.
one of the highlights on this episode. And once again, even just the introduction of a new character, even just for a
Yeah.
moment, that was really fun. And so
Yeah.
this is one of the highest ones for sure.
Okay, awesome. So 10, man, I'm gonna give this a 9.3. I mean, it's almost a 10. Dude, these episodes are just like they're just a killer, man. They're just getting to my heart, it's really encouraging, delightful episode. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it's very delightful. But all right, so I'm gonna get 9.3. You gave it a 10. All right, guys, let's go to episode 4. Ladies, we're talking about episode 4.
Christmas episode.
4. Yeah, let's talk about this. Christmas in August. So this episode actually airs. It actually airs at the very end of August, or no, I'm sorry, not this coming August, but it airs the following week. So not this coming week, the following week. So Christmas in August.
Yep. I don't mind it.
Carol of the Bells, man. Let's talk about this episode, man. Right off the bat, we see a Secret Santa kind of deal. You know, we see, and you're known to that because you kind of have that sense already when you think about Christmas work or work in the Christmas environment. You think about Secret Santas and all that. So that's not really, I mean, everyone, that's like a common, it's a common knowledge, right? That pretty much you try to do Secret Santa or somewhat of that sense and all that. But Lex, what do you think of this episode, man? I mean, of the holiday season.
I liked it because we didn't get to see that in season 1. I don't think they even went
Yes.
through Christmas at all.
Yeah,
And
true.
seeing the stage that the team is in terms of how together they are, I think that was really good to see. And it like sorry, different characters go through different things, right? Like, but
Exactly.
I didn't think about it until like I saw this episode where, with an international sport such as soccer, there's team players that are from all over the world.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
this episode highlights how that you have a team of individuals that live, thousands and tens of thousands of miles away.
Exactly.
So they don't necessarily get to go back home, but they brought a little bit of their home into
Their heritage. Yes.
Yeah. So that was really
That was
cool
beautiful.
to see.
That was really, it was really beautiful. And this is coming from someone that I do not celebrate Christmas. So just to get that into perspective and everything, it's very beautiful, man. It really was. It was very, very amazing to see.
Yeah, all of the characters
all different, it's all different race, all different, it's all different heritage, all different cultures coming into one.
It was just a warm episode. It was really good.
Yeah, it really was. It was a heartwarming episode, and to an extent, I kind of felt like this episode was gonna be like gingerbread cookies and all that stuff, but it wasn't. It was because you get to that sense to where like, oh, it's gonna be a Christmas episode, so therefore it's like gingerbread cookies and milk and I don't know. I can't think of anything right now Christmas related, but everyone knows what I'm talking about, like that one Christmas feel of things that you do, or any of your families like to do on Christmas Day. So it's just one of those things to where our Christmas carols. We didn't see any Christmas carols
No, there was.
Yeah. Never mind.
That's why the name of the episode is
Carol.
The name of the episode is Carol of the Bells.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. I was all like, wait. That's it. Yeah, good. Thanks for catching me. I was gonna say at the very end, I was like, wait. I think there was.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see Jason in here and his boss really step up the plate here, man. Shows how much caring and loving and sharing it really matters to this community and everything, at least to the football club. And and to know, I mean, she does it herself. That's really cool. It was really awesome to see. Very remarkable. We see also, we also see once again, just everyone. Once again, you already said it. It's one of those things to where like everyone's celebrating Christmas either on their own terms, or it's like they know that they're not home, so they go out of their way to help a teammate out, or they help individuals out to celebrate Christmas because they know they're going to be alone, and we're in that situation to where that's happening frequently, you know, and we see that a lot in this episode, and you know, I'm not gonna lie though, I actually loved the Mexico one because I'm sorry, I'm spoiling. I know it's just you guys don't know what I'm talking about. We'll mention the spoilers, but I love the Mexico one. He was just so funny, man. He was funny. He was hilarious.
Danny.
Yeah, Danny. Yeah, man. Oh, dude, that was awesome, dude. Yeah. And then Sam. It's just one of those things to where it really shows how different we are. You know what I'm saying? Like how different heritage we are, and I loved it, man. Very heartwarming episode. I love this Christmas episode. It just shows loving, caring, united. I love that about this episode. So yeah. What do you give this episode, Lex? 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest.
This was a 9 for me. Just because of
I'll be right with you there.
Yeah, just because of, once again, just the elements like you.
Oh, different intro, by the way. Different intro. Did you love that intro?
Which intro? Was it different?
Yeah, it was a different intro.
Oh, I don't remember it actually.
Okay, it was like them like in it's like them in bobbleheads, and it's like all Christmas themed intro.
What?
You know?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe. Do you think maybe when I watch it that was not edited in there?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
I have to look back and see how different it was because I don't remember that at all. Oh, you know what? I think I do the skip. Wait, does it show skip?
Yeah, it does. You could skip it.
I think that's maybe what I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, in the beginning, there's a different intro. there's a Christmas.
Sorry.
My
my girlfriend's heading out.
Oh, okay. You let her out. I'm just kidding.
But I think that's what I do. It was a skip situation.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's because they never changed it, so I was like, it's not a big deal.
So since this one's a Christmas episode, they do change it. It's all themed out, which I kind of loved about it because it's like it's almost nostalgic to where like you have like, you know, it's a long TV show like that 70s show. It's a Christmas episode. Yeah. The Simpsons. You know, it's almost to that sense, and I love that because once again, it feels like it's been going on for a long time. Feels like family. I just loved it. I love that new intro. I'll say that.
Yeah. No, for sure. Once again, just a 9. Sometimes I didn't know that I needed a Christmas episode in August, but it was just really nice to be reminded of all those values.
Definitely. All right, man. So let's get started. We're going to get started with spoilers, guys. So spoilers. We're talking about spoilers starting with episode 3. So if you have not watched the last 2 episodes, episode 3 and 4, be sure to check out our other videos, guys. I'll put on a link above. Check out our other reviews coming out. The Suicide Squad review should be up as well. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not up yet, but when it is up, it will put on the link if it not is already. But check out the Suicide Squad. If not, be sure to check out Jungle Cruise as well, and Free Guy review should be up there as well, guys. All right. Thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like a review, guys. Let's get right to it, Lex. We are talking spoilers. We're bringing on the filthy. We're bringing it on, guys. Let's get right to it, man. So, episode 3, we get into this awkward conversation of just women's too much information here. It's about puberty, women's puberty. Wow, it's just funny how the women are talking about, you know, their women parts. But just right before that, though, we see like the women have a conversation there, and it's just I just love it, man. I'm digging it because of how funny and once again how casual it is just to mention certain things.
Yeah, I mean they didn't say anything crazy or anything.
Well, I mean, what's her name? Oh my God, the one that Ted Lasso had sex with. Anyway, she says like he's all like, "Oh yeah, was he really talk?" Or, "Oh yeah, he's a people pleaser." I'll never forget. That was
Yeah.
awesome. That was awesome. And then they did mention her daughter was going through puberty and she's about to. They mentioned some type of term, I think bust or something, or like to where like she's about to have her period. So I was just like, whoa, it's too much information. But Jason was like standing there like awkwardly. He was like, oh, what? No,
Yeah.
that was hilarious. It was cracking me up. I was like, yeah, I'll probably do the same thing. I was like, yeah, too much information there. I don't need to hear that. Because he came in just to say hi, and then they were talking about that, and I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. He's like, oh, okay, and that's the thing too. It's just he is a people pleaser. I love that about him though. Very very good chemistry there, and that's the thing too. It feels so weird that every single one of these people have chemistry with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they have someone they have chemistry with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chemistry. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the episode was going to focus more on her, on her coming back, because she was a love interest to Ted when Ted was going through a rough time, and they did sleep together and all of that.
Yeah.
And then she never came back in season 1, and she comes back now, and it was just casual. So I mean, it's sad that it doesn't seem like it's leading anywhere.
You never know, though. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I hope so. I hope we see them once again. Of course, not with Ted being sad and everything, but I really hope they could come together at one point, because I don't know.
She doesn't live there, so I know that's why they couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
But I do like, just once again, her introduction again, and it wasn't awkward. Ted was super nice. She was super nice. They were really cool. But I do like the introduction of her daughter in the episode, as far as spending time with Rebecca and everything.
Yeah.
Going back to how Rebecca was absent in her life for a while. Mm-hmm. She was all busy and she was all caught up in like her marriage before. So it was good for her to like reintroduce herself into the life of her what's it called? Goddaughter? Yeah, goddaughter. Is that the proper term?
Yeah, goddaughter. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that was really cool to see, and that actress had a lot of charisma as well. Like when she was meeting the team and stuff like that. Once again, I think like she was the audience in terms of how amazed she was at what's going on here in the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Exactly, and that's the thing too, because I mean, talking about all that issues and everything. So, good thing I'll mention the stadium. So let's talk about that stadium. Let's talk about that sponsorship, with Sam and everything. Are you for him or are you against it?
I'm for him.
You for him? So I was having this little small discussion with my wife, and I was just like, okay, it's corporate side. I mean, it's all about business, right?
That's the thing. It was this episode was about making a decision. Like, is it all about business?
Is it all about business, or is it? Yeah, is it about
Sam's about family.
Yeah, he is.
So he made the decision for family and what he stands for. So just for context to the audience, Sam got a really cool sponsorship, getting paid well. He got to be featured on a magazine. He shared it with his dad, and then his dad, who lives it's a native to Nigeria. He points it out that company is like the parent company to this other company or something like that.
Oil company.
Yeah, that is in the oil business, and they specifically have targeted Nigeria as a place to get their oil, but also while essentially being hostile and to the native people of Nigeria. And his father showed disappointment, and Sam loves his father. So at that point, it was about Sam like being taken away from that sponsorship, which the sponsor was cool with, but then the sponsor wanted Sam out of the team. And so that's where it came. Like, now granted, I knew that, like, when Sam made the decision to then tape up the logo so that he doesn't represent that company, I knew that means legal trouble, But
Yes.
at the same, so I can acknowledge that, but I still commend the decision that Sam made, because it's not a decision that everyone has the balls to do.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then the fact that the whole team actually taped up the logo as well in support of Sam
Yeah.
just showed that brotherhood, especially Jamie doing it as
Hmm.
well. That was a big moment for Jamie to step in and show that, hey, I'm part of the team and I'm part of the team for good.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. Once again, I know it meant legal trouble, and
A lot
you
of
know,
legal
I
trouble. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a problem to Rebecca, but Rebecca actually,
Yeah.
this was where it all kind of came full circle. Where Rebecca's trying to connect with her goddaughter, and her goddaughter was really proud of that moment, and her goddaughter even told her, like, sometimes it's just about doing the right thing,
Yeah.
and Rebecca agreed. So like Rebecca actually came from that world of it's all about business, and now she's stepping more into, like, what, there's personal life, there's love life, there's family life, like some of those things just hold more weight now.
Mhm. Now, yeah. Which is funny because season one, she was just like trying to get rid of the team. Again,
Yeah,
we see a
she
different
wouldn't have.
Rebecca. We see a
Yeah,
different Rebecca in this episode, and it just going more into detail on it. You really see them struggle with, again. Once again, you already mentioned it. Is there a right decision? If there is, are we? It's almost like she was questioning herself at the very end of that episode too. It's just like, am I doing what is right? You kind of see that a little bit with and then at the very end, once again, you see her like, no, I'm doing the right episode. I mean, I'm doing the right decision here.
yeah, no, for
Yeah, we
sure.
see that. Yeah, and she learns from it. She really does. She learns from it so much, and I love that about Rebecca, is that she learns from it, and she stands by her decision to stay with their players. Stick with their players and understand her players. But yeah, I totally agree with you there, man. I really thought she was gonna be totally against it. I thought she was gonna tell Sam, either you do it or you quit. I thought it was gonna be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
legation like that to happen, but it didn't. I mean, wow, okay. But at the same time, it's like one of those things to where uh, it's tough. It's corporate. It's your job, because that's his
Yeah,
job. That's Sam's job. It's like, and the
but
sponsorship,
that's the
whatever. Yeah,
thing. Sam doesn't work for the sponsor. Sam
yeah.
works for Rebecca, and then, yeah, I mean, the team makes money off of the sponsor, but what, I understand it's tough, but when it's layers
Mhm.
like that, like, it's not your boss directly. Granted, if your boss is making you support or something like that, like, it's a bad environment no matter what. But it just, once again, it shows the level of growth that these characters have had at an
Yeah.
individual level, but also it shows how an individual can then have an impact at a bigger scale, especially when you're getting famous and when you're an athlete. You just have that platform to
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
to speak about what you value.
And again, though, we get into that argument of like, you're paid to play. Or
Yeah,
like they're getting. I mean, I don't know how over there it's pounds, right? So however many pounds you're
yeah,
getting paid to
but
play, and
at the same time, when
yeah,
you're being sponsored, I mean, it's your image, right?
yeah,
So,
true,
because the
true, true,
sponsorship is
yeah,
a site, the
yeah,
sponsorship,
yeah. You're true.
I
You're
know
right.
they
You're right.
blocked what was in the uniform, but
Yeah.
they're getting sponsored for campaigns outside of the game. So at
Hmm.
that point, is they're buying in on you as a person, not just because, I
So
mean, you play, but
yeah. But okay. So I know this is not the situation here, but say for instance, let me throw out a hypothetical thing.
mhm,
The AT&T Center. We know the Spurs is not going to be called the AT&T Center no more. What if the AT&T Center is going to be called? I'm just going to name a hypothetical company, and I'm going to name it Mickey Mouse Company, right? So the
yeah,
Mickey Mouse Company actually, they spilled oil and they don't want to claim the issue or whatever. They spilled oil in Alaska and they don't want to
mhm,
claim the issue, and they decide, oh no, it wasn't us, even though clearly it was them, and
mhm.
they don't want to do any of the cleanup. They don't want to pay for any damage. It when it's the state, when it's a stadium, and when it's actually the major sponsor of the team, though not of you but of the team. I mean, it could have gone another way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have Rebecca could have been like, all you guys are gotta play, Or you know what I'm saying? Like it was
Well,
different
yeah,
because
no, for sure.
With Sam's issue, it was just like his personal sponsorship, which I completely understand. There, you have every right to deny the sponsorship. You have every right to do that as an individual player. But when it comes down to team stuff, like the actual major, team sponsors, it's almost like you're. It's not like, because obviously that's not his boss, but it's like they're gonna get a call to his boss, and then his boss is gonna call Sam out. You know what I'm saying, or like the team out.
Yeah,
and
No,
really, I thought Rebecca was gonna be against him once again. I thought she was gonna be against him a little bit. But then when she saw everyone, and when the camera really closed up on Jason, you see him smiling, not mad or whatsoever, because it just shows how much they really support each other as a family.
Yeah,
It really does. Yeah, I'll say that. And I think they mentioned it too. What do you call it? Once again, we see that a lot in this episode. They question him. They're all like, "What's more important, winning games or having a great atmosphere?" I forgot what's his name from the Chronic. I think. Oh my gosh, what's his name? The one that always asks questions.
Yeah,
He has long hair.
Trent.
Trent. Yes,
Trent.
he asked him that this season. He said, "What's more important? Is it winning games or having a good environment?" And then he, if I'm not mistaken, he asked him another question to where like you can't have one or the other or something like that, or like what I'm saying. It's just one of those situations to where what's more important, and I love that they're questioning that, because I mean, let's be honest here, they're not the top dogs in the league right now.
Yeah,
yeah,
no, for sure.
But, yeah, their record's 4-4 if I'm not mistaken, and because the draw counts as a loss, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong. I don't know football overseas, so I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I forget exactly how it works out.
But so we see Roy actually step into the anchor spot as well. What do you think of Roy being in the anchor spot?
I thought that was really cool. It makes sense, right? Like usually an athlete, once they retire, commentator and stuff like that is usually what they look into, and it was just like funny seeing his transition into it.
Dude, I digged it, man. He was just so Roy. He He just reminds me of my my morning self, I would say. Yeah. Morning. And I'll be honest, that's how I am in the morning. And then when I fully wake up around 2:00 in the afternoon, that's when it gets better, because it's almost the end of the day. But yeah, I loved Roy Kent. I mean, dude, I can't get enough for Roy, man. I know he's a cool cat. I wish I could grow that beard, man, like Lex. I wish I could grow a beard like you, Lex. But here's the thing, I would trim it up like Roy, because Roy has a nice good. It like fades. It's weird. It like fades into a thicker beard. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like.
Yeah.
I was digging it, but once again, dude, I'm digging Roy. I love Roy. This season. I hope we get more of him. I kind of feel like we are going to get a lot of Roy and a lot of Jason and all them. And yeah. Let's talk about the other. I know we're skimming pretty quick. Let's talk about the other guy, Lasso. Led Tasso. I'm sorry. I got it mixed up with the T and the L. Led Tasso. I mean, to be honest, I expected it to be worse.
Yeah.
I really didn't think it was just. It wasn't. I mean, it was different, but it wasn't really like.
Yeah, he was
the
just
extreme. I thought, okay, if I don't know about you, but that was the only thing that would nitpick from this episode. I feel like he could have gone more extreme to where he was cussing every other sentence. I feel like he should have been cussing or getting upset like Roy upset, and calling people wankers and calling people, and just saying obnoxious things. I feel like he should have done that, capitalized on that. Again, that's my only small little nitpick. I wish it would have happened, but it was still good. It was still entertaining. Was I laughing? Hell yes. Was I grinning and just happy to watch him do this? Hell yeah, I was. But once again, I feel like he could have gone a little bit more extreme, but it could have just the way they wanted to do it,
Yeah. No, yeah. I like his alter ego and how he snaps out of it and stuff like that.
Dude, that was funny when he was just he's all like, how long was I out? How long was I out?
Yeah.
Dude, that's what got me more. I was like, dude, what the heck? I was like, what the heck? It's like me and myself and Irene, it just
yeah.
Oh man, just great. Different personality disorder, which is a real thing, but yeah, a different personality. I loved it, man. So we're gonna mention Nathan. Nathan, I do not like Nathan. He is too judgmental, man. He is judging everybody, dude. And not just that, he's being a damn prick. I'm
Yeah.
beyond, like, he's being a prick, dude. Like, I don't feel sorry for this guy no more. It's like you don't learn your lesson. Like, it's almost to a sense to where, like, to someone that's I'm trying to think, okay, uh someone who's like their dad, or man, I don't want to be too extreme here, like their dad was a killer but they become a serial killer too. It just, and but yet they were feeling sorry for the people their dad was killing. I know this is totally extreme. I do apologize on that.
I don't know where you're going.
I know. I apologize on that. It's almost to a sense to where, like, you know it's wrong. That's what I mean. Like, if you know a situation is wrong, if you know someone close to you is doing the wrong, but that you end up doing that same wrong all over again, but to a different individual. That's what I mean. Like, okay, that was way better than when I apologize on that. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I don't know. But that was the way I described it right there was way better than the previous one. But it doesn't make sense to me, dude. Like, you're treating him the way you were treated does not make sense to me. Like, really? Why did you get? It's almost like he was trying to become the new Jamie towards that new equipment manager, I guess, or equipment guy.
And once again, like, that's what happens when someone that didn't have power or presence or just recognition now has it. It's easy for them to, like, when they feel like that's going away, is like, okay, well, let me just take that from someone else. Like, let me take recognition, let me take presence from someone by knocking them down. And I'm not saying it's the right thing, but it seems like someone that's hungry for that because they used to not have it at all and now they have some, they want to keep it. And so sometimes they feel like in order to keep it, they have to take it away from someone else. So it sucks. I don't like that aspect of things, but it's going through once again what I said, as far as, like, not everyone that's good is good, just good, and not everyone that's bad is just bad. So it's talking about that, like, you know, he is a good person, but there's levels to that trauma that he has from, like, being picked on, that now he feels like he has to do it or it'll go
It's
back
weird
to being him. So I don't know, that's kind of how I sense it.
It's definitely different. It's definitely weird. But I'm gonna stand behind my argument. Just like, why are you doing it, man? Like, dude, don't do.
No.
Yeah, like I'll still stand with that. But it just, it's definitely weird. I guess that's it, Major, on episode 3. Let's go ahead and that was episode 3. Do the rightest thing. Let's go jump to episode 4, man. Episode 4, we get the Secret Santa thing. Apparently, Jamie doesn't know what a Secret Santa is. Apparently, he doesn't. That was kind of dumb. I was like, wow, I didn't know this guy was. And I thought, and here's the funny thing: when we first saw Jamie with his girlfriend in episode 1, I thought she was the dumb one. No, Jamie's clearly the dumb one. I was man, Jamie is clearly the dumb one.
Well, you gotta also think, like, he comes from a rich family, and a family that his parents, it seems like his dad was very abusive mentally, and you know, he would probably just buy him what he wants. And as a rich kid, you probably don't need to do so, like, Secret Santa, or if you're not, if you're on your own and you don't have, like, friends, like, you don't really do Secret Santa, right? So I feel like it was part of that.
Once again, you know, you mentioned that as well. It's just like he was always riding solo. He was always picking on everybody, so he never had really friends, and we noticed that a lot in this season too. He doesn't have any friends, really. Not even. It's funny because he even called his agents friends, and they're all like, "No, we're not your friends." Like, that's the crazy part. That's crazy. But yeah, good note right there, Lex. That's why you're on the show, man. See, that's why you're on the show, man. You touch those little things that I clearly am stupid. I'm stupid. I'm the stupid one. Well, yeah. So once again, we mentioned that we see that new intro, man. The new awesome intro, Lex. I hope you see it, man, because it's a great intro. You need to rewatch episode 4
for sure.
We watch episode 4, and it's really fun. It's a fun, great intro. They look like little bobbleheads, which I love, man. It looks so cute, adorable, and they all come together at the very end of that intro, where it shows Ted Lasso right there, and it's all red. What is it? Red, green, blue. What's the Christmas colors? red,
red, green,
green,
and white.
white. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's
Yeah,
all I can
whatever
think
the
of.
Christmas colors are, that's what it was.
Yeah,
But yeah, I loved it. I digged it so much. I love the new intro. Also, we see Ted Lasso having a Christmas FaceTime.
yeah,
It's definitely sad to see that. It definitely is because it's
for
just
sure.
yeah, you
Well,
can tell.
especially not only that, but he went through divorce, right? So at the
Yeah, that
same
was tough.
time, like he's there for his son, but it's not like, you know, he's away, but he's like more
Yeah,
distant than just being just away. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, but it was sad as well because like there's a time zone difference and all that
yeah,
stuff. So
huge time zone
so and of
difference.
course as a kid for his kid at the age that he's in, once you have a gift, all you want to do is play with it, right? And so we saw that happen, and his kid, needed to step away from the camera because he was going to play with a cool gift that Ted got him, which was a drone. And at that point, Ted is just there by himself, which kind of
Yeah, I think
sucks.
it mentions it. He mentions it to Rebecca. He's all like, "I got replaced by expensive toy or
Guilt,
expense
like, yeah, he's
gift." Yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah. So that was definitely sad.
But then Rebecca shows up and kind of gets him out
Yeah,
of that hole, right? She tells him to tag along. He doesn't know for what, and it turns out they're going around the whole town and
it's awesome.
giving gifts to
Charity. Yeah.
children. Yeah, just gifting them, which is really awesome. But it seems like it was through like a charity program because they knew what
Who?
gifts to
Yeah.
get. Yeah, so it wasn't just that
And they
random.
had their letters,
Yeah, yeah,
which
you're
was
right. They had
cute.
the
That was
letters,
awesome. That was
and
awesome.
they pretended to be elves and stuff like that. And I think that was really good. And for a moment, in this episode, me and my girlfriend, we were theorizing on whether like the show was trying to pit like Rebecca and Ted together, like
Really?
romantically, in terms of how they were building a bond and stuff like that. At least that's what Eileen thought. I didn't believe it.
Yeah, I did
Um,
really.
I
Yeah.
didn't believe it, but I kind of saw where she was coming from.
I mean, it would. I could see where Eileen could see that because it makes sense. Because in the last episode, Rebecca was just like, "I can't find the right guy," and
Yeah, there's like a
but
whole
that would
theme
be
with
weird.
Rebecca.
That would create
That's what I
drama.
said.
That would create drama, or that would actually spice up the episode when it if they were to sleep together because then her friend slept with him and then like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's what
saying?
I told her.
Yeah,
I told her
yeah,
I don't think that's happening, but I can see just even if that's not the case, just the relationship that Rebecca and Ted have now that they're
yeah.
in the same team, in the same page. It's a really good, warm relationship. And once again, she got him out
Mm.
of a moment where he was about to just be by himself on Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that. And then we see the carols, we see them singing.
Yeah,
Was that
they.
really Jason?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think so. It sounded like
I
him.
it sounded like Rebecca. I know that. Rebecca
Oh
sounded like
yeah.
Rebecca. That sounded like her. As far as Jason goes, I don't know, man. Again, I could be totally wrong. Put on the comments down below if I'm totally wrong, guys. But I just feel like it wasn't Jason in a sense. Sorry, but it sounded like just like Rebecca though. It really did. It sounded
Yeah.
just like Rebecca.
I
I'm not
think
gonna
the
lie.
actress does sing.
Okay, she does. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was really cool, and then we also see a lot here once again in heritage. We see different heritage come together about food coming together, and a long. They
Traditions
even made they made even a long table for them, which was pretty cool because we saw a
at
table, we saw a
at
pool table.
Higgins'
Yeah,
house.
dude, that was awesome. Even Higgins was all like, only get like two people, and then now it's like, dude, it's like pretty much
It's the
almost
whole
half the
team. The
team.
whole team went there.
Yeah,
So yeah, that I thought that was really awesome. Where they were running out of space, and once again they still managed to bring it all together for the whole team to celebrate.
yeah, definitely. I loved it. I love that so much. And then also we see the strong power of the word for apology in here. You know, we see that a lot in kids. We see kid bullying in this episode, which sheds a lot of light into it because it's just like caring about someone's feelings. No, I mean, I don't know if that was the kid's intention of hurting Roy's niece.
Nice.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that was his intention or if he was just being like trying not to say it in front of people and then just write on a card, "Hey, you know your breath
Yeah.
smells. I got you." So again, though, we don't have that context to really justify it. But I'm pretty sure 90% of the time he was just being a kid. So which means being mean, but he doesn't know he's being mean because he doesn't necessarily know the difference between right at wrong or I don't know. It's one of those situations to where like I mean we won't fully understand unless we have kids in that degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I were to get a card like that, I would get hurt by it. If you wrote me,
sure.
Lex, if you freaking wrote me a card and say your breath smells, or be like, hey, you need to shut up sometimes, I'll be hurt, dude. I'll be hurt. I'll be hurt.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I would do that probably to you, but yeah, I'm just kidding though. I would not do that to you. I just want to clarify that. Yeah.
Nah, it's all good.
I'll just tell you your breath smells. That's all. Even though I can't smell your breath from here, but yeah, even I can still smell. It still stinks.
I guess. I mean, I just brushed them.
Oh, you just brushed?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's funny. It's all good. But yeah, man. So once again, it's just we see that little things that they do in these episodes and little things that I like how they match it together because it really shows just the power of sorry, apologizing and I love that too. I love that whole card deal. It reminded me of my favorite movie. My favorite Christmas movie.
I forget the name of it.
Love Actually.
Yeah, Love Actually. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah,
the little homage.
Yeah, loved it. But all right, man. So any final notes you want to say of this episode?
No, once again, really two really warm episodes. Lot of good stuff in here. I just can't wait for the show to keep going and just be super excited for the many other lessons that it'll bring to light.
Awesome. I can't wait to be talking about more of these episodes, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, like a review, guys. We're going more into depth on Ted Lasso. We're gonna see how this season finale happens later in this year, guys, and we can't wait. We're so excited. Lex is already getting tired. He's getting tired of the episode. We're already released. This is our 5th episode we're recording right now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry. No, you're good. It's all good, man. We're having a blast, and we just can't wait to see more Jason in here. All right. Yeah. As always, I'm your host Ryan D. Ryan 680.
This is Lex. I'll see you guys next time.
Later, guys. Peace.